The acceleration of a particle moving along the t-axis is given by a of t equals 6t minus 4. The particle starts 8 nanometers to the right of the origin and begins moving to the left at a rate of 4 nanometers per second. So we're looking at the same problem, but we're going to ask a different question about this particle's motion. So let's take a look. So the question we're going to ask is, what is the speed of the particle 1 second after it begins moving? So we just want to know what its speed is after 1 second. It's a very simple question. Actually simpler than the first question we asked, but that's fine. Get the hardest one out of the way first. So again, step 1 for particle motion is to write out what is given algebraically. We know a of t equals 6t minus 4. That's what's given in the problem. Step 2, convert what is given verbally to algebraic expressions. We've already done this in the previous example. F sub 0 equals 8. That's its initial position of 8 nanometers. And v of 0 equals negative 4 because it begins moving to the left at a rate of 4 nanometers per second. Now before I move on, I just want to watch this simulation again. We just want to know what the speed is at t equals 1. So if I go to my simulation and I start moving it after t equals 1, somewhere around there, I'm not sure, because I can't see the t value right now. See, this down here is actually the position of the particle. But after 1 second of it starting, what was its speed? That's all this question is asking. So write out what is given algebraically. So we have a of t equals 6t minus 4. We converted the words to expressions. Okay, step 3, convert the verbally stated question into an algebraic expression. So we just want to know the absolute value of v of 1, because that will give us the speed at 1. That's just what we're trying to figure out, right? So a lot of students have trouble with that, but it's not hard considering speed is absolute value of v of t and you're trying to find it at 1. So you're just replacing t with 1. Step 4, map out the relationship between position, velocity, and acceleration. So again, kind of in the middle here, since we're talking about speed is the absolute value of velocity. If we were to integrate that, we would get total distance, integral of speed. If we take the derivative, I just like to call it instantaneous rate of change of speed. It's basically like an acceleration vector. Okay, now we want to solve the problem using either initial value or derivative procedures. From the previous example, we actually already figured out what the speed was. And if you haven't got a chance, just look at the previous example of when the particle was slowing down. Okay, so basically, just to give you a quick recap, you just integrate this, and then you take the absolute value of that, and that gives you its speed. So the speed is this equation right here, and then you're just going to plug in 1, right? So when you plug in 1, you get 3 minus 4 minus 4, which is negative 5. So its speed at t equals 1 is 5. Now we do want units for that, so let's go ahead and take a look. The car is going 5 nanometers per second, exactly 1 second after it starts moving. It's simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our simulation one more time. This is the end of it, so we'll just start it again in a second. Let me see if I can show the t value for you. 1 second. Okay, I was able to locate the t value so you can see it. I'm just going to start the simulation and try to pause it at around t equals 1. That's pretty close. So basically what we're finding is at t equals 1, the speed of this particle is 5 nanometers per second. Pretty interesting considering it's moving to the left, but speed is always positive, right? And so when you're backing a car up or moving it forward, whatever direction you're going, the speedometer is always going to read that. So it's moving 5 nanometers per second at that particular point in time. And if we keep it moving, we can see as t goes on, at some point it starts to change direction, right? So we want to answer that at another time as we continue to ask questions about this particle. So that's it for this one. If you have any other questions about it, let me know.